for me, what's so moving about portraiture is that the the the, the portraitist's gaze, if you will, is the closest thing to love that you find in the fine arts, because its attention to detail, its need to penetrate, its need to go deep and to expose the nature of the person before you is akin to the level of carefulness that you'd find in a parent taking care of a child. Again, as the artist, in the act of looking at, I mean, portraiture is so difficult. Getting a likeness is so incredibly difficult that any intellectual sense of judgment, or it just completely goes out the window. The mind is thrown into a state of desperation to try and record the information before you, which is often so vast and shifting that for me at least, there's a moment of terror. It's a sort of Zen moment of emptiness where I have to let go of everything and say, and even I've been making portraits for 25 years and I still go into that empty moment of, oh shit, I don't know what I'm doing here. Because every new portrait is a fresh assault on the unsayable, which is, to paraphrase what Eliot said about every new poem, is a fresh assault on the inarticulate, you know. So every time you're confronted with a new subject, it's a new mountain, and you have to climb it in a new way and find a new way to get to the top. So you have to surrender to the process. The process takes you there. In the moment of making the piece, you always feel inept, or at least I do. You feel inept, you feel you don't know, and then suddenly you catch on to a trend, and the trend takes you somewhere. And that's very exciting. It's the kind of eureka moment that you find in art. And I think it's the habit-forming moment that, with all the difficulty of art, that's what keeps people in the game, is that addictive eureka moment where it's working. I don't know how it's happening or how I got to it, but it's working. And it's like being in the hands of the Lord, the good Lord above. You know?
I guess so, yeah. But then, you know, everyone's always looking for the one, aren't they? So, you know, I'm not alone.
Do you believe in the one?
I sort of might do. The worst part of that is that I think I may have had the one, but I dumped him.
Really? Why? What were the circumstances?
He cheated on me over and over and over.
Yeah.
So, and there was another boy came along, kind of got into the mix, and it got complicated. So,
yeah.
So yeah, but
you are happy in your work. You're happy in yourself. You're a very positive person.
Yes, because the way I classified my way of work is, after many years in the sex industry, today I have a consciousness of who I am and what I do, and I like it. It's not just about, some girls, they do for the money, because money, but as I tell everyone, doesn't matter what you do because you like it. You're gonna have a pleasure, you enjoy, and money comes. Otherwise, you're gonna start to hate what you do. You have to spend the money. It's like a punishing yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you once said to me, oh, really?
No, but they are the people I keep company with. They're lovely people. They're good people. They, they're interesting. I can have a good conversation with them. Like, a lot of the time with my regular clients, it's not sex. It's going out for dinner, it's traveling together, it's, yeah.
So what are they, if it's not sex, what are they getting from their transaction with you?
We do have sex, obviously. But it's company in another country, I think.
The thing is, as well, is that for a year or two after the accident, I had a massive problem with my memory. So not only did I have memory missing from my life, my whole life previous, I also had a very bad short-term memory.
Right.
So I couldn't remember conversations midway through the conversation, nor sometimes could I remember who I was talking to. Like me and you sitting here, I could be thinking to myself, who's this? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, completely gone. And also I noticed as well that when...
my life.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I get bored of things very easily. Very easily, I get bored. So every time somebody say, "Oh, it's a project or doing this and that," I say, "I'm in."
Yeah.
I'm in, because it's just to, exercise my head, my mind.
Right. How do you think the painting's going? Do you have any criticisms at the moment, or do you feel? Are you happy with how? I think the first thing to say is that sex is fascinating to pretty much everybody. Everybody is interested in sex because it's such a powerful force in our lives. This area for me, this project for me, was a very interesting confluence of the power of desire and of sexuality, and also these notions of how does one value a human life? What sort of value do you put on a human soul? So I thought it was interesting to bring the artist's gaze, in this case the portraitist's gaze, to bear upon people who are often at one remove from so-called ethical, upstanding life, as it were. There's a wall between them and us here. Whenever I do a portrait, I'm trying to find myself in the other. I'm trying to dissolve the veil of difference between us. And so in my sex worker show, I'm not just dissolving a veil, I'm dissolving a carapace, which is a bigger challenge for me. If I can achieve that, if I can achieve an exhibition in which people go in and they really identify with that, then I've done my little bit to advance this overall truth, which is, the world soul in all of us. I mean, I think that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to serve that.